Hi everyone, Mrs. Pollock, one of Perry Academy's school counselors here. Today I'm going to be showing you a video that's going to help you identify missing assignments that are present in Skyward and also give you kind of a how to get those caught up if you do find that your child or if you're a kid watching this that you have missing assignments. So this video is really designed for parents, but kids, if you need a little help, it's okay for you to follow along. When you are looking for missing grades, the place that you're going to look is in the program Skyward. So the first thing you're going to want to make sure you have is a Skyward account. If you don't have one, that's okay. There's some information on our school webpage on how to create one. So the first thing that if you're trying to get into Skyward that you want to do is go to our school homepage, which is perryschools.org. And then you can see there's a for parents section. And this is a screenshot, but if it were live, you would hover over that for parents and a menu would drop down from that, and there would be a button to click on to go to Skyward. So that's the button that I would want you to click, is hover over this for parents, have the menu drop down, and then click on Skyward. When you do, you would come to a page like this. And this shows what to do at the top if you already have a Skyward login. So up here, there is a button that you would click on that would take you to the login page for Skyward. So pretty easy to access. If you don't have a Skyward login already, there are directions towards the bottom of the page that give you information on how to get started with Skyward if it's your first time logging in, or maybe if you need some help with retrieving a password. There's also an area here towards the bottom that says more Skyward tips and tricks. So again, this is going to be on that Skyward page off of our Perry Schools homepage. Down at the bottom of that, there is this area that has more tips and tricks. So if there's something that you still have some questions on or aren't sure, just go ahead and click on that button and you can get some more information. That would actually look like this page here. That will drop down some of these things here at the bottom that give you more information on grades and attendance, email, and it actually goes even farther, more than I was able to clip to add to this presentation. So that's another good place and a good resource to hang out if you would like some more information or some more tips and tricks about Skyward. If this is not working for you and you're just like, oh my gosh, I still don't know what's going on. I'm having a hard time creating this Skyward account and, or I don't remember my password or whatnot, I would always defer and ask you to call our help desk, which the number is right here on the screen, 317-389-3950. Unfortunately, we don't always, have as much information when you call us about the technology pieces. So using that is going to get you help the quickest to get into maybe a locked account or something like that. Okay, so once you're in Skyward, how can you tell what missing assignments your child has? Well, you're going to want to click on the button that says Grade Book. And once you've clicked on Gradebook, you're going to see a screen similar to this. Now, this shows a student's periods throughout the day. And up at the top, it shows me how many students or how many assignments this student is missing. So this student in particular is missing 2 missing assignments. And I can see right there that the 2 missing assignments that he or she has are Storyboard That, or software zones and software zones. So those are that student's 2 missing assignments. If I didn't have all that information and I wanted to see in more detail exactly what was missing, like sometimes you'll go to a screen like this and you might find actually that your child has more like 14 or 15 missing assignments. And so you're not going to have as many drop down options right here, or you're not going to see as many options. So you would want to click into each of the individual classes and see what was missing. So for example, let's say that we clicked into one of these classes, and this is not live. Again, this is a screenshot, but if I were to hover over the grade, it's actually a hyperlink. So if I click on that letter grade, it's going to take me to a screen that's going to tell me more information about that cumulative grade there. So let's say I did that and I clicked into one of those grades, it will open up that particular class's gradebook. So in this class, this student is missing 2 assignments. And the way that I can tell that is this column that says missing will typically have a green check mark when there is a missing assignment. Most teachers do put on the green check marks when an assignment is missing. However, it's always a good idea to also look in the score column. And if you see a score of 0, that's also an indicator that perhaps the work is missing. So whenever I look at a child's account and look at what they're missing, I check both the missing work column and the 0 or the score column to look for zeros. It's just another way to kind of cross-reference and check and make sure you're getting all the missing work and really knowing exactly what is missing. So I would encourage you to look at both of those. And if they, for some reason, don't align, like you can see, this one has a 0, but it also has a check mark. If for some reason they don't align, I would just recommend that you email your child's teacher and say, hey, I see your 0, but it doesn't say it's missing work. Can you help me out? And see if you can get a little bit more information from them. Okay, so once you know what assignment is missing, so if I go back, like let's say I want to go look for one of these assignments like software zones time spent. Now I actually didn't screenshot that particular thing. So we're going to just say that, let's say I'm going to go look up one of those assignments and I don't know where to find it. So you're actually going to have your child go to their Canvas page. Every child has been using Canvas all year long, so they should be pretty familiar with these home pages. I'm just taking you through it because sometimes it's nice to be able to watch your child do it and make sure that they are, confident doing that and that you can actually see that they know how to manipulate the screen. So your child is going to go to their teacher's Canvas page. They should all know how to get to that. And once they're on their Canvas page, so I'm borrowing Mrs. Rest's Social Studies Canvas page right now. Each teacher has a button on their home Canvas page that's going to say modules. Oops, I'm sorry. So you're going to find where it says modules. All students, again, should easily be able to find their teacher's modules. They use them every day, whether they're at school or whether they're at home. We use Canvas every day, so your child should be very familiar with this. So again, they're going to click on modules. And once they've clicked on modules, it's going to take them to a screen that lists their assignments that are typically organized by day. In social studies and science, those are sometimes, in special classes, those are sometimes organized weekly. But let's say I don't know exactly where the assignment is, and I don't want to dig through all of the modules and say, oh my gosh, where is this assignment? Because sometimes the modules do go pretty far back, and it can be confusing trying to go back and look for what exactly the assignment is. So one little trick that you can use is you can actually hit Control F on your keyboard. So Control and F at the same time, and you get a little pop-up screen. And so it comes up usually at the top of your browser. I went ahead and put it up here. And so let's say you know exactly what the assignment is called. So let's say the assignment is called Mesoamerica Web Quest. So you could type in Mesoamerica, or you could type in Web Quest, which is what I started doing here. I typed in WEBQU. And all of a sudden, anything that contains those letters is highlighted. So instead of having to scroll through an entire Canvas page, I can just hit Control F, type in the name of the assignment, and voila. We have Mesoamerica Web Quest right here. So I know exactly where the assignment is. I can click on it easily and I can complete the assignment. And I don't have to scroll through lots and lots of Canvas modules to find exactly what I'm looking for. So this Control plus F function is actually something I learned from Miss Vance. And it is so helpful. Let me tell you, I use it all the time in Excel. Your child can do that. And I guess you can actually even use it on any web page. So it's really, really exciting feature to learn about if you didn't know about it, like me. And it's really helpful, and it saves you a lot of time. So have your child practice with that because it's going to save them a lot of time in the long run. Okay, so some final thoughts and tips for you. If you see a large amount of missing work, you might be shocked actually with how much missing work some children have right now. One thing we want to focus on the most is just let's get today's work done. It can feel really overwhelming when there are 10, 20 missing assignments and your child sees that and they kind of shut down a little bit because it is so overwhelming. So have them focus on getting today's work done first. That way we don't turn 20 missing assignments into 23 missing assignments tomorrow. So have them focus first on getting today's work done. When you see those large amounts or even small amounts, the best thing to do then is to find a way to segment the work out so that they're not trying to play catch up and do 20 assignments in 2 days. So what I do with students when I call them down to my office is we look at the amount of assignments they have and we talk about what's a reasonable amount to complete in a day. Usually I would say 2, 3, 4 extra assignments on top of their schoolwork if they're trying to do makeup work. So then I create a little schedule for them. Okay, so tomorrow you're going to make up these 3 social studies assignments. And then on Tuesday, you're going to make up these 2 math assignments. And those are a little longer, so I'm only going to do 2. Let's say then on Wednesday, you're going to do a math assignment and a English language arts assignment. And all of a sudden, when they can do a couple extra assignments a day, they're able to get caught up a lot more than if they try and sit down and hunker down and do a whole bunch of missing work at once. Another tip to think about is that if your child completes some missing work, go ahead and have them email the teacher to let them know it's complete. When your child turns things in, teachers don't necessarily get a pop-up that says like, oh, hey, little Johnny went ahead and turned this in. They don't necessarily get that. The only way they sometimes know to go back and look for it is if your child lets them know that it gets turned in. So let's say they do an assignment from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Teacher might not be looking back at all those assignments right now. And currently they're kind of moved on to what's going on in the present. So have them send an email, say, hey, Mrs. Pollock, I finished this assignment. Thanks for letting me turn it in late. It should be in there now if you don't mind grading it. So just let them know that they've completed that work. And then also think about checking for missing work on a weekly basis. You can kind of have 2 extremes. You can check for missing work daily, or you can check for missing work, hardly ever. We have found that about a week is one of the best policies. If you do it too often and do it daily, sometimes you just haven't given the teacher enough time to catch up and put things in the grade book. So once a week is usually an ample amount of time that they can go through the missing work, get it scored, get it get scores put into the computer and everything like that. So give them a little bit of time, and also don't wait too long to the last minute, too close to the end of a quarter to check for missing work either, because it can be really, really overwhelming, like we talked about before, and all of a sudden those segments are just way too large to handle. So make sure you're checking it about once a week. So we hope this really helps give you an idea on how to check your child's missing work. If you have questions about a specific assignment, the person that you're probably going to want to talk to is your child's teacher. So just go ahead and email that teacher or contact that teacher. Miss Vance and I kind of keep a broad spectrum of things that we help kids with. And, we can certainly help them find their missing work and segment it and things like that. But questions about an actual specific missing assignment, we don't always have the information for. So your child's teacher is also a really good resource. So we hope this has helped you out. If you have more questions, feel free to contact PMA, but hopefully this was a little tutorial that gave you something you need to keep on track with your child's grades. Thanks so much. Bye.